almost went through all my own. I can't lie, that was a real thrill. You know, my cup running over, this is real spill. Niggas still only publishing and writing checks. How to put niggas on their feet like Nike checks. But you only get what you negotiate. So if you smart, you gon' get what you're supposed to make. How to took every risk that I'm supposed to take. You talk about them trips and taking coke upstate. Gotta feel my pain on fiction. Slept to the holy father in the race, he was sleeping. Shut the windows out the car like they was whipping. You know, I for my team, never complain like I was flipping. I just changed my position from 2 to 1. Brought 2 ranges, so my book had one. So I was playing some things, so my book had fun. If you do catch me dull, I'm in that coupe with the...
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Another step towards the Super Bowl begins. We're off in the first of 4 divisional round games. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He's on the move. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throw away.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. On the move, headed right. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. Picked up by the Rams. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments defensively you got to live for, right? This is called sudden change. They practice this, and it's your time to put out this fire.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time, and he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Staying with Walker. And that's good for a gain of 5. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you could be a Pro Bowler.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Running with Walker again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
The kick by Gano is good. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
It's all lined up. Falk ready to send this one flying. Chooses to bring this one out. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Option play. They give it to Barkley. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it about 70 yards on that run. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 4.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and 4 coming up now.
19 tight, 19 tight. Here we go, set. Warrior 70. Go.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And 4th and 4 coming up. Man, that was a chain mover if he would have held on, Brock, but the contact just too much to do so.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in himself because you've got to make these contested catches, but I do give a lot of credit. An outstanding effort defensively to force that ball out.
Toward the sideline, and he's got Pickens. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the 1st.
I love those moments of truth. We get how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Let's go.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Set. Rig alert, rig alert. Take go.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Dragon 60.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He's throwing deep to the left. They connect on the deep shot. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. For Darrell Patterson, now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Second and 13. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and short. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
This is Walker on 2nd. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. Got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Gets this one to Harrison. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Walker on 1st down. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Off-play action, Rodgers. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. So So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. This is ahead for about 5. That was Stephon Gilmore stopping that play. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Let's go now.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Richardson on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Here we go, here we go.
Trying to throw for it with Richardson. He connects downfield on 4. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. And this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Go street. Last name 19. Go.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Buys time, rolling right. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And it's a sack as he heads out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
70 Timberwolves.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's tackled for a short gain. Looks like a pickup of 2, and now they've got 3rd and 10.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And on this 3rd down, Rams electing to go with a dime set. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Now Richardson on 4th down. And it falls incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run. It may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Here's 2nd and 5. Taken in by Harrison. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. From the pocket, looking for a target.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Handoff running left, Walker. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Rodgers out of the gun on 3rd down. He brings it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Trying for it, it's Walker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. He'll try to do it himself. And he's brought down for a loss. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Walker. And he's in for the touchdown. The Rams take the lead just before halftime. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games. This sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the 1st half of play.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And no return as this is going to be a touchback. And with our new kickoff rules starting this year, the ball only comes out to that 20-yard line. One last play before the break. in on what's going to be the final play of the half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. Patterson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He'll give up the gut to Walker. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Ashton Davis there on the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Rodgers. Pass complete to Walker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And he won't connect on that one. Incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that brings up 4th and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Rams are set to punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And it'll be Cardinals football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Working quickly here. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. They go to Barkley again. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
An offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out. Because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Offense up to the line fast. 3rd and long for him here. Got Evans, it's complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
18 Cardinal.
Looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Rams will take over beyond their own 40. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Hey, 626.
Running left, here's Walker. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Ashton Davis there on the stop.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 41. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Ifatu Melifonwu with the INT. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back to the pick 6. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals take a 4-point lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Patterson now to return it. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
26.
Now an inside give to Walker. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
He's got Harrison. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC divisional round matchup. The Rams have it, but their postseason run in jeopardy as they trail. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Hey, 626.
They send a man in motion. To the ground with Walker. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Staying with Walker. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Completed over the middle. And they take him down right along the 30.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
A lot of pressure on this kick for Nick Folk. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they cut it down to within a field goal.
I bet you, Kate, if we were down there right in his mind, as that ball sailed good through the uprights, his mind was already thinking about the next one. If this score holds and he gets another opportunity, well, the game could be on the line with that one.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. From his own end zone, here we go. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Let's go now.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And that carry gets him up to the 44 on the solid gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. He'll throw it. Hits his running back. And they make the tackle at the 38. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one here at the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to fight his way forward for a modest pickup to the 43. It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Cardinals holding just a 1-point advantage.
On the jump.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Now Barkley. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, They'll come back to that call later.
Back to throw it. That's going to be caught by Evans. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Move the chains. Got to move them chains. Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check go.
A give to Barkley. Jukes out a one-stop. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. They give to Barkley, left side. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Barkley scores, touchdown Arizona. The Cardinals grow the lead to 7. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, that one might not sit so well with everybody down on the field.
All right, chicken. Couldn't score.
Too, but he had a chance at a touchdown as time expired, Brock, and it was just too much for him to resist.
Yeah, it probably will ruffle some of the older school feathers down on the sidelines, but for a lot of the guys coming into this league each year, they're used to it. If there's time left, if you're trying to score, you're going to want to eat, no matter what the game situation is, and they used every last second available.
Had an opportunity to win that game. Couldn't score. This guy picks me. This guy's fucking intercept every goddamn ball. Golly, man. I don't know how they do it. I don't understand it. And not willing to fucking find out.